Hey guys, it's Mog back here with Mog's Cast. Once again, Kerbal Space Program this night. This is episode we're coming at you with today. What we're going to be doing is I've got a dropship built that I want to get out to our low carbon orbit station, Orion station. And what it's going to be used for, and just to mention, it is, so in case you guys watch Scott Manley, I think there's probably lots of others who've used this same design. I saw it on one of his, and it's a great little ship. A couple of nuclear engines, nice little lander can pod on there, and that's, I mean, there's other things, but that's pretty much about it. What I'm going to be doing is getting that up to the station, and it's going to be used to transport things, modules between that station and the one that we're going to be building on in orbit around the Mun. So, without further ado, here we go. I also wanted to point out, if you guys have stumbled across my Kerbal Space Program videos, that's great, but there's really a couple other ones you should check out if you're looking to learn some things. Like I mentioned in some earlier ones, Scott Manley, Hawk Gaming, both great channels there to check out. Kurt J. Mack, you may be familiar with his Farlands or Bust Minecraft series. Well, he also does some Kerbal Space Program. He's got some pretty good videos on there as well. Another fun one was Jeff Major, who's released a few, well, quite a few videos. He's a hilarious little channel guy. He's got a hilarious channel, does some cool videos. Many things other than just Kerbal Space Program, but that's one of the ones that drew me into his channel. So check him out if you're looking for some new content with yeah, those kind of things. So let's take a peek. We've got our lucky dropship right here. Okay. And here we are. This is the Ucky dropship. Now, what I'm also going to do is pull these off here. They were used in a previous build when I was messing around with it, and what they do is they generate mono and xeno fuel. So I don't want to play with those in this game. I do have them on one of my large tug up in the low carbon orbit around on that station, just because it's my first station. I had it up there. It's very useful for getting familiar with docking and all that stuff. Keeps it supplied on there. I do have the Cathane converter up there, but I'm going to need stuff on the Mun first before I can effectively start getting Cathane going. But yeah, so I'll take those off there, play a little more fair, and actually have to worry about fuel on this thing. So let's get this up to the launch pad and take a peek at what is going on. Now, the one thing I did make a mistake on is I tried to attach a rover underneath this for the initial ascent, and I hadn't strutted it up well enough in one previous design. I kept breaking it in the simulator, so I didn't want to do that. I just want to get the dropship up there. I can get a rover up later. It's not a big deal. Okay. So we'll make sure that that's on. Get the kill rotation. It's just a, I don't know if you guys haven't used MechJet before, it's a handy little tool. Got lots of good statistics and whatnot, and the Smart ASS on here is pretty darn amazing. Excuse me. If the kill rotation is on here, it kind of functions almost like an ASAS, but you can actually move around more like what I believe the original SAS module did, and I guess still does. But very handy little tool to have. And what I've also done, in case nobody has noticed, is up on my station, and a lot of the times if you have mini SASs, things like that on your stations up in orbit, things tend to get a little wobbly because they'll fight back and forth, and it doesn't go well because you can shake your ship apart pretty dang easily. So what I've done is I've actually built all these ships thus far to eject any SAS, ASAS, or extra mech jebs that may not be true. Mostly I've been trying to keep ASASs off the final product of the station because they've caused me too many problems in the past. Just to throw that out there, just in case you guys hadn't noticed. Just like a nice little handy trick. What I've actually got going on here, if you pay attention to the speed, I may have mentioned this in a previous video, but just a nice little tip to keep in mind is when you're in the lower atmosphere here, this lighter blue, it's thick atmosphere. So a helpful trick that you can do is not go above 200 meters per second. Because at that point you're fighting too hard against the atmosphere. You're pretty much just wasting fuel. It's not efficient. So just monitor your throttle. You'll actually save a lot of fuel because, like, look at this. I'm not even close to being full throttle right now, and I'm still sticking out, and it's still climbing as I'm losing weight out of it once these engines are actually like dropping fuel and it's being used. And so it's very efficient to actually do this if you're wanting to be more efficient in your ascent. So that's one thing to keep in mind. Now, what I'm going to do here, once you get up to about 10k, and I start dropping these last couple pods, I'm actually just going to fast forward for a little while, because nobody wants to see this whole dang ascent. This is the important part. The first 10k is usually where most problems will happen if you're going to have major problems. So just something to keep in mind. Oh, I'm not paying attention to my speed. Not a big deal. Just something that can help a little bit. I'm going a little higher just so I can drop those off there. And tilting on over to approximately 45. Gonna go a little fast. And I'm gonna throttle back up just to get that vertical velocity going. Because that's what's important here, is you want to get that curve going, your gravity turn. And yeah, so we'll go ahead and fast forward at this part, and I'll see you guys in a little bit. Okay, and we are back. We're getting close here, within 200 meters away from the station, and I realize I might have some design flaws. I've got RCS thrusters that can get me any direction except forward and back, which is fine because I have forward and back engines. What I didn't take into consideration is just overall maneuvering. Like, I don't have much in the way of that, even with RCS, other than like roll, because it can hit that and that. You can roll it, that's easy, but like top over rolls and things, that's gonna be a little tricky with this thing. And that's okay, whatever, it's not a big deal. I think it'll be just fine, it'll serve a purpose. But yeah, I've got this kind of laid out, kind of cool, I thought, at least. Like, it's got the 2 nuclear thrusters back here, which are very efficient. It has the and it has like 6 of these tiny little radial thrusters out here, which actually they're 20 each, and each of these nuclear thrusters are 60, so it's 60 and 60, so it's perfectly even, 120 thrust on each direction, which is kind of nice. So same thrust should give the same amount of, what's it called, delta V, which is change in velocity per second or some junk from what I've gathered. I have no idea what it actually means or if there's an official term for it, but, or official explanation thereof, I should say. And this is a little odd. I'm having a little bit of trouble stabilizing. I was thinking MechJeb would do the trick for me, but it doesn't seem to want to keep me stable, which might be tricky. Might be another design flaw that I was not aware of. We'll see. Whatever, we're here. So just firing up these thrusters in front, slowing my incoming trajectory toward this station a bit, getting a little more centered. Just coming in nice and easy. I'm actually gonna jump this up to 2 times speed since station leg's a bit kind of a nice tip. Physical time warp, at least 2. You shouldn't go above 2, especially with stations. But helps a lot coming in on these bigger structures. Even with Unity 4, like Unity 4 has actually shown me quite a bit of stability increases with the engine, which is very nice. It was what I was hoping for. People had mentioned it. Can handle multi-core processors a bit better, which is cool. But yeah, it's been really cool. Very nice. And what the balls? But yeah, Unity 4 was a nice upgrade, I think, to the engine for these guys. It's actually done some cool things. It'll allow for a bit more, I believe, customization to the engine itself. And why is this thing pulling like that? It's like pulling off to the side. If anybody knows or has any tips as to what the heck is going on, that'd be greatly appreciated, but I do not know what the heck is happening here. Oh, I have my yaw trim. What? That's what was going on. That's what was throwing me for a loop. Okay. Yeah. And my pitch. Okay. Just a tip. If that ever happens to you, hold down Alt and hit X. It'll reset all your trimmings. So I must have been holding down yaw and hitting something. That's what was freaking my little ship out here. I was wondering what was happening. So, tip of the day. Learned something new. Yeah, Alt X for trimming, resetting to your trim. Which, if you don't know what trim is, check it out. It's a very cool feature. If you hold Alt and like press any of your directional buttons, you'll actually adjust their default resting points. So like where they sit when nothing is being pressed. So especially helpful with space planes or planes in general. If your nose pitches down, you might want to adjust your trim up so that you don't have to constantly be adjusting your nose up manually. Cool tips. Very handy to know. So we're coming in here. I'm probably gonna just speed up the video a bit until we get in closer, because who wants to watch all this crap? there we go. Got that all docked up, looks like. Reminds me of a little pod racer. Little engine just... Anyway, let's get this thing back up and land it actually onto this station, because we are drifting. We are drifting a little ways out. Let me see if I can get that all targeted. That'd be nice. Just get it all done from here, but whatever. We'll just target the station in general. And let's stop that rotation and start moving. So here we go. Back this thing up. And you know what? I am shutting that shit off. And we gotta turn on these quantum struts, because that was shaking a bit. It was a little scary. Get those turned on. That should help with the wobble. This thing is pretty off balance, even with a nice balanced tug there, for the most part. Doesn't necessarily mean you got good connections, so it's always a good idea to make sure that anything that you can do to increase the stability of the craft, be it multiple docking ports, to secure it together from multiple points instead of just a single point, or getting a mod like Quantum Struts, which is a great mod. I'll tell you straight off the bat, it's a wonderful mod, especially for doing this kind of stuff in space, because things get so damn wobbly, and there's no other real in-game thing you can get that's stock. So for you purists out there, probably not so much. You're gonna have to go with the double docking port method, but that's not a big deal. Okay, come on. Stop that rotation, and let's get going. Go, looks like. I think I'm gonna nail that. Oh, it bumped out a little bit, but yeah, pretty much right on. We get this thing docked. That was a little odd. Pretty heavy for what this thing is mainly built for, is lighter things, but I mean, I guess it's not that heavy. It was just odd. It didn't have the RCS to balance itself with the tug itself, so that was a little tricky at first. Did that? Oh, that's not quite done. But yeah, that we got that on there, so that's all good. It's in position. As soon as it snaps, we'll be all good to go. Shut that off and just connect. But now that we've got our orbital transfer, or planetary transfer tug in there, we're pretty much ready to start pulling things out to the Mun whenever we get to that point. I might go back and build some other things, but that's on the agenda, probably the next episode or two. We'll be starting to get our things out to the Mun and making our orbital station there and getting ready to do some cathane mining for the first time on this file, which is fun. And I need to build a craft for that. I haven't tested a craft for that in a while. So I've got some testing to do in the simulator. Let me know, by the way, if you guys want to see that kind of stuff as just like non-episode uploads, like quick little just run-through tests. Let me know. I'd be totally fine with that. Might take some extra time, obviously, to do the editing on those, but I mean, if you guys want to see the testing process for some of these craft and watch a lot more failures on my part, we'll just say, then yeah, let me know in the comments, and I will definitely try to do that. That'd be fun. Give you guys some more content to watch, of course. I'll be trying to do these episodes at least one a week, at least. I mean, full-time job and all, and we'll see. But at least one a week would be decent for starting out, for sure. But great, we got that up there. So that's the end of the episode. It's gonna be a little bit long, I think. I don't know exactly what we're looking at, but I'll try to keep it under 15 minutes, maybe. We'll see. Well, see you guys next time, and yeah, take care.